They closed his eyes, making me worried. Taeyoung, open your eyes. I patted his cheek slightly, but he didn't open his eyes. Oh God. I picked him in my arms and took him to the car, placed him in the front seat, and buckled that seat belt. I went to the driving seat and started driving toward the hospital. Love, please open your eyes, I pleaded, I patting his cheeks worriedly. Today I thought about some other way to talk to him. He wasn't ready to give me a chance to talk to him, and I just wanted him to give me a chance. Eddie stubborn boy didn't want this in a simple way, so I have to choose a cooked way. When he sat in the car, he looked lost. I wanted to tell him about my feeling, but I know I had to wait, but my restless heart wasn't in peace, so I played the song, which I really meant each and every word. And for my satisfaction, that song were actually made him uncomfortable, which meant that it touched his heart, and he wanted to ignore that. But as I stopped the car in front of the hospital, I quickly jumped out of the car, went to his side, and opened the car, took him in my arms and took him inside the hospital. I went to the emergency room and placed him on the bed, called the doctor. After a few minutes later, the doctor came to check up on him. Who are you? She asked, looking at me. I'm his husband, I said. Is he fine? Doctor, he's pregnant. I told her and she nodded and instructed the nurse to take Taeyoung to the separate room. I went with him. I saw our doctor were doing something with Taeyoung. He pulled his shirt up. Is baby alright? I asked if I didn't know why I was feeling worried about the baby, because honestly, I didn't accept the reality that I'm going to be a father. But again, I wanted the baby to be alright, because after all that, I don't want Tay to face any kind of pain again. Yes, your baby is fine. We just need to scan, she said, and I nodded. You need to fulfill this form. Doctor came to me and handed me the form. Okay, I took the form and the pen from his hand and started fulfill the form. I named Taeyoung's name, Mr. John Taeyoung, which gave me some kind of pride, and a proud smile came to my lips. After that, I gave it to the doctor. She went outside and I smiled thinking about Taeyoung's name that attached to me, Mr. John Taeyoung. I smiled, mumbling, why are you smiling like an idiot? I heard Taeyoung's annoying voice. I looked at him and saw him. He was looking at me angrily. Cause my wife is in front of me, I said, smiling, and sat in front of him in the bedside chair. Don't call me that. I'm not your wife. Taeyoung snapped, making me irritated face, and hold his hand in my hand. Are you okay? I asked, and I was about to hold his hand, but he jerked my hand away. Don't you dare to touch me. Stay away from me, he said, making my heart tighten, but the reality he wasn't in the mood to talk. Okay, but relax. Doctor wanted to do an ultrasound, I informed him, making some distance between us. I don't want to do anything like this, he said and tried to get up from the bed, but I held his arm to stop him. Please stay, it's needed. You faint on the road. You have to do whatever the doctor say. I told you, don't touch me. They yelled and pulled me and got down for the bed. Mr. John, Taeyoung, where are you going? The doctor came inside and held Taeyoung's arm. They looked at him shocked and wide eyes. My name is Taeyoung. He glared at the doctor and the doctor looked at him confused. I mouted, he's angry, and the doctor smiled, shaking his head. Okay, Taeyoung, please sit down. You're not feeling well, she said, but Taeyoung just shook his head. No, I'm alright, he said and was about to turn, and the doctor said, It's about your baby. We need to do this ultrasound if you want to know if your baby is healthy or not. Because you faint, it's not a good sign, she said. And they turned to look at the doctor. My baby. My baby is fine, right? He asked frightedly and putting his hand on the small stomach, that baby bump. Yes, your baby is fine, but still we need to do an ultrasound, she said, and they nodded, this time making me sign in relief. He came to the bed and again lay down and stood beside the bed. Did you do the ultrasound before? She asked and they just shook his head. It's my first time, they said in a low voice, and I was more than happy to know that they and we were both going to see our baby together. The doctor came and put thin shirts up and put some gel on the bear's stomach. I felt my heart was skipping a beat seeing his swollen stomach. After complaining her work, Dr. roaming her on his belly and turned to us smiling. Look, there is your baby, she said pointing toward the monitor, and we both were looking at the monitor with winded eyes, and some kind of voice were echoing in the room. It's your baby's heartbeat, doctor said, and I felt my heart would skip a beat. Thinking how I was going to stop this heartbeat, thinking that there was only a small amount of blood, my eyes were winded up as the doctor showed up the baby on the monitor. It's not that clear, but we can see that small baby. Cause the young is 18 weeks pregnant, so we can see the small baby head, hands and legs, which the doctor show us in every detail. I look at Dave with my watery eyes and had tear in his eyes as well, and some that slipped on the corner of his eyes. I smiled and went closer to his face and whispered, "Our baby." He smiled a little and heard this, and a tear would escape his eyes. I wiped the tears and kissed his forehead and looked at the monitor, and then at his stomach. And I felt my heartbeat was fast. My baby, our baby, is inside his belly while growing every day. I thought a long tear would escape my eyes, and today I accept my baby with all my heart. And now I want my child and my wife in my arm at any cost. When he showed the baby and my heart was just feeling that kind of happiness and pride, my eyes were filled with tears as I heard my baby heartbeat. My tears were escaped from the corner of my eyes, and then I felt someone would wipe my tear. I looked at the person and saw Cook who was looking at me with the moist eyes. I didn't remember anything at that moment, only my baby, so when he smiled and come closer to me and whispered, "Our baby," and kissed my forehead, I felt my heart was skip a beat, and a smile came to my lips, but then, "This is not my baby." His voice would echo in my mind and all hatred and anger would come back, and I pushed his hand away from my head. He looked at me shocked, but then he saw my furious look and moved back a little. I didn't want to create any kind of scenes here, so I just kept my mouth shut. "So, this is your baby. You need to take care of yourself now," doctor said firmly, and after some time, she was done with her work, and Cook helped me to set up, ignoring my protest. "Why he paid doctor?" Cook asked Anne. "Because of weakness. Have you eaten anything since morning, Theon?" she asked, and I just shook my head.